brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with the legendary Shaquille O'Neal. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. Shaq, the way the Rockets attack the basket, drawing fouls, getting to the line, what you going to do to try to keep them off the line? How do you defend them?
Well, it's 2 simple things. First thing, you can't bite on the pump fakes. And the second thing, it's okay to contest the shots, but know that they are looking for the contact, so you have to avoid contact.
That's going to do it for now. Tip-off fast approaching as we get it out to Kevin Harlan.
Number 6, Terrence Jones. At guard, number 2, Patrick Beverly. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 1, Trevor Ariza. In the middle, standing 6'11", number 12, Dwight Howard. And starting at guard, number 13, James Harden. Kevin McHale is the head coach for your home team.
It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Memphis Grizzlies. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Taking a look at Houston. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
Yeah, the matchup just seems to be a tough one, guys, because they're 0-3 against this club so far, on the brink of a season sweep. So I think from that standpoint, it's a very big game for this team. They want to right the ship.
Well, if you go 0-for against any team during the regular season, you can't feel good about yourselves. I mean, that's a given. But it's not too late for them. I mean, with their best performance, they can definitely win this game.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Zebo and Marc Gasol are up front. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. And it's Udrih in at the 1. And the Grizzlies with possession. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance. Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting them hear about that.
Now here's Beverly.
Well, you look at Patrick Beverly, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. And he's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Beverly learned pressure defense back in high school as the lead guard in a 1-2-2 press. To prepare his team to play that way, his coach had them running stairs, running around the school nonstop for an hour every day. And Beverly still fanatical about his conditioning.
Now here's Allen. 8 points his last outing. Looks for Randolph, gets it to him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Here's Beverly. And so Patrick Beverly, taken in the second round in 2009. Clark, the final cut of training camp by the Miami Heat. He spent the next 5 years playing in Greece and in Russia.
You're right, Kevin. Those are physical leagues where they allow a lot of contact. His defense was how he survived. And even now, that's his bread and butter. That's how he plays. He defends.
Well, that shot was made possible by the work Dwight Howard did.
Prince, the pass to Gasol. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Now it's send it over to Doris Burke, who is able to talk with Kevin McHale.
On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Prince outside. Pass to Udrich. Randolph against Ariza. Randolph can't hit.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Kicks it out to Prince. Off target with his three.
Not his forte. I don't really like that shot, and you can tell the defense is just asking him to take it.
And the shot is good. Beverly's got 6.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Allen. Allen's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rockets leading by 4. Here's Beverly. He has 6. Dishes it to Harden. The 3. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
The Rockets, of course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have scoffed, but hey, they're doing something right.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. It's Prince on the wing. Inside to Gasol. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Gasol's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Rockets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And here's Beverly, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's Harden on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again, and the basket by Jones. Jones has got his first basket.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
So timeout called here, but first for Memphis.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Howard. Jeff Adrian comes in for Terrence Jones. Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Cannon in for Patrick Beverly. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Adams comes in for Zach Randolph. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Tony Allen. And it's Nick Calathis in for Udrich. Here's Cannon, averaging 6 points per contest. Ariza goes in. Plenty of space. Good as the jump shot falls. 1:14 left to play in the first. Lee against Johnson. Lee kicks to Calathis. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
You can't get into much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Feeds it to Adrian. Ariza outside. In the corner, it's Bynum. Here's Cannon. No good from outside. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
Yeah, no question. If I'm them, I'm definitely going 2-for-1.
Adams dishes to Calathis. Here's Kufis. Comes up empty down low. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cannon, the pass to Adrian. Kicks to Cannon. Knocked away. Lee with the steal. On up the court. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And that does it for the first quarter. Rockets lead by 4. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
The playoff push is on. Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors next Sunday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, Steve, Clark, what are your thoughts?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
Jeff Adrian is out there with Andrew Bynum. Then it's Harden. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Rockets leading by 4. Here's Cannon on the wing. Johnson lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Johnson's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Rockets. Calathes kicks to Adams. Pass to Randall. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Allen's checked in, and he's good on the second. Here's Cannon. On the wing, Harden. Cannon kicks to Johnson. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Pass to Cannon from the arc. Here's Bynum, and Allen with the block. Lee outside. Here's Calathes. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nick Calathes, former 2-time Mr. Basketball for the state of Florida. A star at the University of Florida, was drafted back in 2009. He played 3 seasons in Greece, 1 in Russia, before finally making it to the NBA last season.
That free throw missing. And the Grizzlies trading for his rights. They knew what they were getting in Calathes.
Yeah, proven guard in Europe. A young guy, great playmaker, and he can rebound, defend, and I thought he provided Memphis with a really solid option at that backup point guard spot last year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Howard's checked in for Bynum. Terrence Jones comes in for Johnson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Isaiah Cannon. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Here's Adrian. That one goes. Count.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Houston shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And Udrich kicks to Coathis. The pass to Randolph. And Jones sends it back. And they're able to recover. And it's Houston on the break. Adrian can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Coathis kicks to Gasol. Udrich for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
Yeah, that was a great game. Both teams played really well. In the end, they just couldn't pull it out.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Dwight Howard's certainly excited to be in Houston. He said, having guys like Hakeem and Kevin McHale on my side, I can't lose. They're going to really stay on top of me, and that's what I want. Olajuwon said, I'm like a kid in a candy store. He has the power. Now we're adding finesse to that power. A scary thought, Kevin.
He could be unstoppable, Doris. Thanks. Clark, in the last time, you might recall, it came down to free throw shooting.
Well, that typically can be the case in any kind of a close game. Maybe a little extra time at the line after practice. Who knows? Maybe that helps some of the guys. But it clearly makes a difference when you can knock down your free throws in a tight ball game.
And it's James Harden with the rebound.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Beverly with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Harden left side. And a wide open look for Howard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 7. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Dwight Howard joining a great lineage, Steve, of Houston Rocket big men over the years, from the great Elvin Hayes to Moses Malone, Hakeem Olajuwon, to Yao Ming. I mean, what a litany of wonderful players in the history of that franchise.
Yeah, there was that great photo at the press conference a couple years back when Dwight signed with Houston. The photo included a lot of those former Rocket big men. And I think it's a good fit. He seems to be very comfortable in Houston, and he's part of what is a really good young club.
Udrich can't hit. Rockets leading by 7. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Outside, Jones. There's the feed to Ariza. Crashes in for a double-digit lead. Ariza's got 5.
And the Rockets hiring Hakeem Olajuwon to work with Dwight on his moves. Between the Dream and Kevin McHale, that's a wealth of post-scoring expertise for Howard to draw upon. But again, those two guys did it at a Hall of Fame level. Dwight has that potential, but will he put in the work necessary to grow into that type of low-post score?
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. The dish to Beverly. He feeds it to Howard. Makes it off the glass. And now it's a 12-point Rocket lead.
And Kevin McHale has worked with Dwight on trying to stay low and exploit his quickness advantage, beat his defender to the spot, and then power through for the finish.
Udrich for 3. Good. Great play by Coathis to set it up. Coathis has got 3 assists tonight.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Houston. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. James Harden is second.
You know what, Kevin? If you can put up big numbers every game, you put your team in excellent position to win. There's no question about that. A guy like this is definitely one of the keys to having a successful offense.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. The 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here's Prince. Makes it off the glass.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Rockets leading by 10. 1:02 left to play in the first half. Leaves the dishes to Hart. And Houston again with the bucket.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Grizzlies have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's Prince. There's the bucket. Good. Prince has got his second bucket tonight.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Here's Beverly. Udrich grabs the board.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Here's Kalathis. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time.
Assist goes to
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Jones, the pass to Beverly. Back to Jones. 6 to shoot. From the left block. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Allen inside the... And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Pretty shot without a second to spare.
That can be so demoralizing for the team that gives up a shot like that to close out a quarter.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Rockets on top, up by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, the magic touch with the ball. He just made great decisions, piling up the assists there in the first half, and really doing a nice job for his teammates.
You know, it isn't a very common occurrence, Steve. Typically, he's more likely to be on the receiving end of the pass, but so far, it's been the other way around here.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. Zebo and Marcus All are up front. And it's Udrich in at the 1 spot.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
Beverly dishes to Ariza. From past the arc. The shot is off.
Tony Allen, a perennial all-defense selection, tremendous athlete, but it's really his energy and his determination that makes him special. Just a guy who puts his hard hat on and competes every game.
Houston leading by 6. Here's Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Grizzlies shooting 43% for the game. And Udrich kicks to Prince. He dishes it to Randolph. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Randolph passes to Prince. For 3, Udrich. Gasol slams it home for the putback.
Yeah, they're making a statement here, guys, going inside for 8 of their last 10 points.
Time to man up on D and stop these free runs to the rim.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Now Beverly. He's got 8. Here's Harden. And that one is hammered home.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark, bringing it down hard, my brother. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guard spot. He's not a big playmaker or scorer. He's basically a three-point shooter and a defensive specialist.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Kufis comes in for Marc Gasol. And Lee's subbed in for Allen. And Udrih kicks to Lee. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. Udrih has got 4 assists in the game. And Patrick Beverley, a nice find for the Houston Rockets, makes an ideal pairing with Harden in the backcourt.
Yeah, he sure does, Kevin, because he's tough, he's defensive-minded. He's a good complement to Harden, and I think any team in the league would love to have him just because of that toughness and that competitive desire.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Prince against Ariza. Pass to Udrih. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. Udrih has got 6 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Beverley with the ball. He's got 8. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Lee. Howard in the post. Kufis is there. Here's Jones. And that one's good. 6 points for him.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Randolph dishes to Prince. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his first trip to the line tonight. No good on that one. Houston making some changes. Jeff Adrian's checked in for Jones. Johnson comes in for James Harden. And it's Cannon in for Patrick Beverley. So he comes up empty at the line. Johnson attacking. Here's Ariza. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Ariza's got 7 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
And that one's good.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Rockets leading by 9. Here's Canaan. Johnson, the pass to Canaan. And some nice passing there by Houston. No one covering. 9 points for Trevor Ariza. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Udrih kicks to Lee. Here's Kufis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
While Kosta Kufis was a player the Grizzlies had coveted for a couple of seasons, they ended up trading Darrell Arthur for him. And I like what they got. A starting caliber center, a good value on his contract, excellent defender. Really good trade for Memphis.
The first free throw is good. And Kufis, a great rebounder, has a nice hook shot to score inside.
Yeah, he's not really a floor spacer. He's not a guy that's going to step out and knock down deep perimeter shots, even though he does have European heritage as a player and a man. But he did have a great field goal percentage in Denver, and we'll see if he can get back to that kind of shooting in Memphis.
Cannon dishes to Johnson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Calathes passes to Lee. Good. That's Calathes who picks up the assist. 1:19 left in the third quarter. Here's Canaan. Ariza kicks to Canaan. Dishes to Bynum. Feeds to Ariza. Grizzlies with the rebound. Kufis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a wide open look for Lee. And the 3 off target. Rockets leading by 8. Ariza kicks to Canaan. Back to Ariza. Passes to Canaan. The feed now to Adrian. It's Ariza on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Ariza's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Coathis dishes to Kufis. Lee outside. And it's Randolph penetrating. Buries it down low. Randolph's got 5 now. The Rockets shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Johnson against Lee. Here's Kanan. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 5.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Rockets lead by 8. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Coming up next Sunday night, March 8th, Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm a gangster, but y'all knew that. The big boss dog, yeah, I had to do that.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. Hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
Houston leading by 8. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden out there with Andrew Bynum. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Howard. And it's Beverly in a point guard. Coathis kicks to Adams. Pass to Coathis. Off target with his 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
It's Harden with the drive. Johnson, a wide open look. It's rebounded by Memphis. And now here's Prince, the fast break opportunity. Stolen by Beverly. Harden the pass to Johnson. Poked loose. Bynum dishes to Johnson. Back to Bynum. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Bynum's got the lead up to 12 now for Houston. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive. Attacking and coming away with steals.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. Good game for Gasol. He has 8 points, and they've got to be happy with his work on the glass, too.
Oh, they have to be. I mean, he's not giving up any ground in the paint, and when the ball goes up, I mean, it's his.
And the Rockets making a change here. Jones is checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Randolph comes in for Adams, and it's Udrich in for Nick Coathis. Rockets leading by 11. In the corner, Harden. Allen kicks to Udrich. Memphis moving it around. And stolen by Howard. Johnson goes in. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk clock coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Udrich for 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Kevin. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Tipped away. Right side, Randolph. He kicks it to Udrich. And there's the pass to Allen. Tries from 10. And another miss by Memphis.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
14 feet away. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time. 6 points for Allen.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Beverly, the pass to Howard. Johnson with a screen on Gasol. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Johnson. That one misses for Prince.
Well, Dwight Howard, in his words, back to having fun playing basketball last season in Houston. A younger group, more compatible to his fun-loving personality, and certainly with Harden and others, they've got a depth of talent that is very impressive. Probably the best core around him of his entire career.
Kicks to Udrich for 3. That's good. Udrich has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Grizzlies.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Jones. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Rockets lead by 10. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Prince dishes to Udrich. Here's Gasol. No good. And it's Houston the other way.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
It's Harden with the drive. And it's slammed in by Howard.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Down by 12. Prince kicks to Gasol. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're up by 10. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Beverly.
Well, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Here's Randolph. Good work defensively by Jones.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Back to Harden. Oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. They get Marc Gasol.
Harden doing it all. He has 15 points and 6 assists. This game is all about him right now.
He is in full domination mode, guys.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on a string.
Prince, the pass to Udrich. Inside to Randolph. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time. Udrich has got his 8th assist here tonight. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
And Harden, a left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. I mean, that's what separates him He draws contact and seems to just go right through players. Well, clearly we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. And I think this was an excellent all-around performance for the Rockets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And they can breathe a sigh of relief now that they're on their way to a win here and have avoided losing all 4 games of the season series.
Would have been a hard pill to swallow if they hadn't pulled it out, that's for sure.
And nobody really saw a performance like this coming, but it was a big-time game for Harden. Now, there wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every opportunity he got.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
Coathis dishes to Pondexter. Adrian with the rebound.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Here's Kanan. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Dwight, coming off the loss in last game, what was the difference tonight in how this team played?
You know, we got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. Started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together, and we got a good win.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And now, the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Sprite.
Hey, this is Ernie Johnson, 2K Sports. Shaquille O'Neal is with me. Thank you all for being here. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And when you take a look at the Lakers, they're not going in the direction they'd like to be going at this point of the season. They've started to fade, maybe some fatigue setting in now as the schedule becomes a little more strenuous. Hey, Shaq, once upon a time you had the Lakers signing Steve Nash and Dwight Howard to go with Kobe Bryant, all kind of expectations, and then nothing really materialized out of it. What do you make of that whole situation?
Well, you know, the Lakers needed that second star to help Kobe out, and unfortunately Nash or Dwight Howard could provide that. You know, Kobe really can't make a mediocre team great anymore. So, you know, right now it's just a rebuilding process for the Lakers. But, you know, maybe somebody upstairs could perform a little bit of magic and bring in a couple of big-name players to get the Lakers back on top.
Almost time to tip this thing off. Let's get to Kevin Harlan.
Say, does that star spangled banner
It's time for some hoops at FedEx Forum, home of the Grizzlies, and we're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to the Houston Rockets. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
And now the Lakers starting group, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. Inside, it's Boozer and Hill. And it's Young in at the 3 spot. The 11-footer, there it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Young's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Lakers.
Well, a tough season for Steve Nash last year. Injuries limiting him to only a few games. And now in his 40s, it's looking like this might be his last go-around.
Got a piece of it. Gasol with the steal. Here's Allen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in L.A., Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner, Laker great Magic Johnson, airing his concerns with some of the decision-making. Disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, injuries as well. And just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
Now here's Kobe. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami. 4 on the clock. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Now Gasol. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Byron Scott.
On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second-chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Shot's good by Boozer. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out, and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
Stokes is checked in for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And when you look at the Lakers, they say that second-generation businesses have a high failure rate. Only time will tell if they can continue the remarkable winning streak this team has enjoyed through the years.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Now Udrih, 9 points last game. Here's Allen, and he dunks it down.
I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
No, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for now. And, you know, for the Lakers with the harder cap, they can't outspend like they used to. With the internet, players like Durant don't need to be in a big market to get exposure like it was in days past. So the Lakers will need to outsmart other teams to continue their success.
Here's Udrih after Jordan Hill's bucket. Allen kicks to Udrih. Gasol trying to free himself up. And there's Udrih. That's good on the assist by Allen.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Young now, top of the key. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. Banked in off the glass. Kobe's got his second basket of the night.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
And Udrih kicks to Prince. He dishes it to Udrih. Allen passes to Koufos. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Udrih can't hit. The Lakers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away from it now.
Kind of a throwback style, Kevin, but it suited their personnel perfectly, particularly with Randolph and Gasol down low. The slower pace lent itself to better defense for them, and they really pounded you inside, that's for sure.
And, you know, the Grizzlies got swept in the Western Conference Finals back in 2013 because the Spurs just packed it in defensively. And I really think that was the impetus for the Grizzlies looking to try to play a more wide-open style. You know, even though that season in 2013 was, as a whole, the best ever for the franchise, it did expose their weaknesses and gave them something to work on.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
The Lakers trail. Here's Walters. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Young dishes to Johnson. Back to Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 6 points.
And last season, it took the Grizzlies some time to get going. New head coach, the injury to Marc Gasol, but they added some shooting and athleticism on the wings and really rallied strongly towards the end of the year.
Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Here's Prince. Rebounded by the Lakers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I don't think the outcome here, Kevin, was determined until very late in the game. I mean, a tough battle this one was throughout. And when the seesaw ended, it was still close. But they ended up with the short end of the stick.
And I don't know how many times the lead changed hands, but it sure felt like a lot. That was a really fun game to watch.
Time now for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to our Doris Burke for an update on Zach Randolph.
Kevin, I got some news from the Grizzlies head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, guys, he said it doesn't look good. He's sidelined for the rest of this game, and it doesn't look good for him seeing the court again anytime soon. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I don't know, though. I mean, one way or another, it seems to me as though it's going to be a long time before we see him back in uniform.
Yeah, such a shame, guys. You always hate to hear of any player getting injured, and this does not sound good.
Here's Hudrick following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Here's Kufis. That misses off the backboard.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
That's good. Walters got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
And Hudrick kicks to lead. It's Allen on the wing. Kicks it out to Prince. That's good from 17 feet away. Prince has got 7.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Lakers lead by 4. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Tune in next Tuesday night, March 10th. Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors take on Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs. Live from San Antonio, Hoops Action.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Grizzlies trail by 4. So the Lakers 5 right now. Hairston is out there with Ryan Kelly. Then it's Xavier Henry. Then there's Carlos Boozer. And it's Walters in at the 1 spot. Gasol's shot is good. Here's Walters. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
It's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the L.A. market. And it's one of the top 2 markets in the country. And it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over 20 years. And that gives you a lot of financial firepower there. He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
The Lakers in the lead. Gasol with the steal. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. And Gasol slams it in.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second.
Well, guys, you look at the financial resources for the Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending. And the question is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
The Grizzlies have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Galathis passes to Lee. Here's Koufos, and he finishes nicely on the wing.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Here's Clarkson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Screened by Boozer. Henry kicks to Hairston. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. Galathis grabs the ball. Shot's good. Boozer's got his second basket. Clarkie talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
Well, these are the kinds of games you love. I mean, 2 good teams going head-to-head, an even matchup, and both sides very competitive, on their toes tonight.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kobe Bryant certainly had a unique childhood, spending time in Italy where his father played professional basketball. Kobe said, once I moved overseas, the game of basketball became my refuge. I developed a passion and relationship with the game. My grandfather used to tape games and mail them to me. It was special just to sit down and watch the game. Gentlemen, over to you.
He's always had that passion. Thanks, Doris. Here's Gasol. After Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. Galathis kicks to Adams. Soft touch off the glass.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Here's Henry. The Grizzlies making the shot. Out left to the wing. Hairston against Lee. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Clarkson.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. The Lakers beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and when the game went into overtime, the confidence of both teams seemed to go in opposite directions, and they were on the wrong side of that equation.
And that's the case a lot of times when you have an uneven matchup like that, Steve. We've seen it before. The longer it stays close, the more confidence the underdog gains.
Stokes is checked in for Marc Gasol. The Lakers also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Boozer, and it's Nash in for Clarkson. The Grizzlies trail by 3.
You know, the Grizzlies are the kind of team that perhaps fans around the league can overlook or undervalue or even forget about at times, but they're always going to be there because they're tough, they're physical, and they're talented.
Here is Hairston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Nash outside. The shot misses. And Memphis the other way now. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. This game is going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin?
Disgusting.
Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Here's Lee. Steve Nash making his last shot. Down low. Here's Henry. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Coathis dishes to Adams. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Pass to Kelly. Kicks it to Nash. Lakers passing it around. Hairston. A three-pointer off the mark. Grizzlies have gone 7-9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Koufos inside, covered by Hairston. Here's Stokes. Here's Coathis, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Some changes for Memphis. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Stokes. Allen comes in for Lee. And it's Udrich in for Adams. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Ryan Kelly. Young comes in for Hairston. Ryan is checked in for Xavier Henry. And Walters checks in for Steve Nash. Memphis trailing here. Allen passes to Prince. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Walters. Soft touch off the glass. Walters got his second bucket tonight.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first half. Allen kicks to Prince. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Shot clock at 5. Nobody near Allen. A second chance effort. Can't get it to go. Here's Walters. Can't hit. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Lakers on top. They're up by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Carlos Boozer. And Carlos, this is a game that's had some back and forth. Does their approach require adjustments?
Yeah, they're a great team. I mean, we came out great in the first 5-6 minutes. They came back, and then we fought back. We didn't hold our head. We're very resilient, so we're going to keep fighting to the end.
Carlos, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kobe Bryant really making a difference.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Allen and Prince on the perimeter. Marc Gasol is out there with Kosta Koufos. And it's Udrich in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The Lakers in the lead. Nash kicks to Kobe. Hill sets the screen for Kobe. Out to Nash. Back to Bryant. To the wing on the left. Nash dishes to Kobe. Here's the three. No good. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
Well, when Kobe speaks, people listen. That was the case last year when he revealed his all-time starting five, and he did not place himself in the lineup. Interesting.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, he's not happy right now. You can see it's really hurting him.
You sure can, Steve. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how serious it is, but hopefully we'll have an update soon.
And the Lakers making a change here. Henry's checked in. Now, here's Nash. Averaging 10 points per contest. Here's Hill. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Look at who Kobe did put in there. Magic and Jordan, the guards. Bird at the 3 with Russell and Kareem down low. Not really a lot you could argue with about that particular group.
No, it's one of the things I love about Kobe. He's got a great reference and a historical perspective of the NBA, and it shows, Kevin, how much he reveres that era.
The Lakers with the ball after Memphis gets the 3.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
A drive by Allen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Nick Young. The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw, no good. That one misses.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
And here is Los Angeles now. Searching for that first bucket here in the 3rd. That's good. Nash has got his 2nd basket of the game.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the 3rd quarter.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard to find out which teams have had the hottest shooters since All-Star. Number 1, the Grizzlies. In 3rd, the Lakers.
Kevin, it's more than just 1 or 2 guys on these teams that's gotten them on the leaderboard.
Memphis has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And Udrich kicks to Allen. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And he drops it in from the low post. Gasol's got the lead up to 4 now for the Grizzlies. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Let's check out how the Lakers stacked up, Kevin, over the last month in the NBA statistics. 1st in assists, 3rd in field goal percentage, and they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
Yeah, and the one thing that really jumps out at me when you talk about all these stats, Clark, is the assists. And this is a team that has been very unselfish. They're sharing the ball, they're moving, they're really getting a good flow to their offense, and as a result, they're finding pretty high percentage shots almost every possession.
Here's Henry, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Henry kicks to Nash. It's rebounded by Memphis. Koufos has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Gasol, and it comes off the front of the rim. Lakers trail by 4. Henry passes to Hill, and Prince comes to help. Hill dishes to Henry. Nash outside. Henry kicks to Young. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3-point range. Young's got 9.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Udrich, the pass to Prince. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Prince. And that's 10 points for Marc Gasol.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Nash kicks to Henry. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Lakers working the ball around now. And Young, here we go. And he gets the bucket. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. Let's get an update now on Kobe Bryant. What's the status, Doris?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with the head athletic trainer for Los Angeles. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury. If he were to miss significant time, it would really hurt this team that depends on him for so many things. Guys, time will tell.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
Well, knowing him, Kevin, I'll bet he can put it behind him as quickly as possible.
Let's hope so, Steve. I know everybody's looking forward to seeing him back out there.
Some changes for Memphis. Adams, he's checked in for Kupas. Lee comes in for Tony Allen. And it's Nick Calathes in for Udrich. Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Lakers. Nate Walters comes in for Nash. Now here's Prince. He has 7. Lee outside. Here's Calathes. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Calathes has got 6 points.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Here's Walters, averaging 8 points a game. Johnson in the corner for the 3. And Lee pulls it down.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out. It seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Here's Walters. The dish to Young. Young left side. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Young's got 13. Memphis has gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Drive by Adams.
Well, a chance to check out Nate Walters here. How the last month of basketball was for him. He's putting up about 8 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. They've been able to count on him to run the show offensively, which he's done with his sensational passing.
Yeah, he's been setting them up with a lot of easy baskets. Room service dimes, we call them. One great look after another coming off of his passes.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Xavier Henry. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Lakers trail by 3. Walters dishes to Boozer. Here's Johnson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Prince has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And a wide open look for Lee. They shoot again. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter. For Los Angeles, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Here's Clarkson, covered by Lee. Clarkson kicks to Boozer. Shoots from the baseline. That one a little long.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Back to Lee. Three-pointer. Lee with another miss. Here's Walters. And it's good. Walters got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Grizzlies lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Tune in next Sunday night, March 8th. Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls go on the road to do battle with the San Antonio Spurs. Be there.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie and the truck, for showing. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
Here's Nash. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got Johnson. Nate Walters out there with Nash. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Hill in at center. Here's Walters. The kick out to Young. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Memphis.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
And so Young nails them both. Memphis leading. Lee outside. Feeds it to Prince. Puts up the baby hook. That is good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now here's Nash. And there's the feed to Hill. And the shot is good.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
And Udrich kicks to Allen. Here's Prince. No good. Excellent D there by Johnson. Nash outside. Hill a screen on Allen. Hill sets the screen for Nash. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
At the line for the Lakers, Steve Nash, shooting one.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Xavier Henry, he's checked in for the Lakers. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, he's been pretty safe with the ball for the most part. In fact, that's his first turnover, guys.
And Udrich kicks to Allen. And Hill with the block. They recover it. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Now here's Nash. Passes it to Young. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Henry. And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, this is shaping up to be a real barn burner.
Well, I think it already is. I mean, we're going to find out which team tightens up under the pressure and which one can stay poised.
Now here's Lee. Here's Prince. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Prince has got 4 this quarter.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
And Young, here we go. And that one's good. Young's got 11 in the second half.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Nash outside. He feeds it to Young. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
To the paint. Here's Henry. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 4 assists now tonight. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Lakers.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Now here's Gasol. That's good.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, I had to do that. I keep a blue flag hanging on my backside, but only on the left side. Yeah, that's the side. Ain't no other way to play the game the way I play. I cut so much you thought I was a DJ. 2, big 1, yep, 3. SC, double low P, go double G. I can't.
Some changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Gasol. And it's John Lure in for Tony Allen. The Lakers also making some changes. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Johnson, and it's Hairston in for Xavier Henry. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He said, nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
Here's Udrih, defended by Nash. Here's Prince. Boozer with the defensive effort. Lakers leading by 4. Nash left side. The pass to Hairston. Nick Young on the wing. Covered by Lee. And he gets it to go. Young's got 21.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter. And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
The Lakers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Boozer with the screen for Young. Here's Hill. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Lee kicks to Kufis. Memphis moving that ball around. Dishes it to Udrih. Good on the three-point shot.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
And the Lakers call time here. They lead by 1. We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. Los Angeles making a switch here. Walters checked in. We've got 1:23 left in the game. Pass to Boozer. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Lakers lead by 3. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're behind by 3. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Let's make some noise for the boys!
1:12 left in the fourth. And Udrih kicks to Prince. Prince, right side. Here's Kufis. Yes!
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
Lakers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Hill, a screen on Lee. The kick out to Young. Uncovered. Sinks it.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Memphis has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And it's Lee penetrating. He kicks it to Udrih. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Lakers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Walters. He's guarded by Udrih. Just 5 on the clock. Prince against Young. Hill passes to Young. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And an intentional foul right there. As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're losing by 4. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they're drawing up the only thing they can here. Just get off a quick one and then go ahead and foul.
I think free throws are going to be front and center the rest of the way here.
Six seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Grizzlies with another miss. And now they foul and stop the clock. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Here's Udrih. Off target. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Carlos, you guys had a productive practice before the game. How important is that preparation for you guys when you're on a road trip like this?
Well, it's important. I mean, what we do is we try to get as much work in as we can and shoot around. We come in early. Like, I get here 3 hours before the game. A couple of us do the work on our game. That way we can stay sharp because we don't have a lot of practice time. We're just really playing games. So I think we're all doing a good job of getting our lifts in, getting our conditioning in, and getting our skill work in.
Carlos, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Nick Young.
We behaving hard. We behaving hard. Fast one, slow one. We behaving hard. We behaving hard.
Here we go, huh?
Fast one, slow one. We behaving
Yo, when I was young, man, my dad had a house. I catch a contact and talk like Eka Mouse. Go to school, act like I'm pulling out. Kinda funny, cause I used to freak my teachers out. Like, dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. Sin. So much me go teach you about piece of the one black Johnny and out in the club. Everybody on Sinatra, look around. Everybody on Sinatra. I ain't talking about they call. I'm talking about and go ha 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 ha. I mean, just go bonkers, make the young girls wild, and then go let's make the smile. They don't need binoculars. Make wanna pull out. They got you. Ring, ba bum ba bum. Aerosol can, ba bum ba bum. Monkey outside, ba bum ba bum. All night, ba Make yourself bigger like mushroom.
And brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA, and you've got Ernie Johnson and you've got Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, it was the Grizzlies in their last game with a loss to the Lakers at Staples Center. 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Big year for Drew Holiday because he had the stress fracture in his leg last year, now back on the court for the Pelicans.
Well, a lot of people are wondering, Ernie, was this a good move? They gave up a lot to get him, 2 top 10 picks over the last 2 drafts. They feel he's a foundational piece, defense-minded guy who will shoot the ball, great player.
Yeah, he was an all-star in Philadelphia. That does it for now. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Grizzlies come into town for this one. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And folks, Zach Randolph, Clark Hill not be in the lineup today. He's out with an injury.
Well, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of his injury. We only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of their previous game, but now they sound sure about it. Hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
And we should. I mean, knowing the history of players who've had similar injuries in the past, obviously every player is different, but you would expect him to be back within a few weeks.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Memphis, Allen and Prince on the perimeter, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Udrich, and it's Stokes in at the power forward position. Shot clock at 3. Gordon goes in. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet.
Now here's Rivers, who picked up 12 points in their last win against Boston.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, guys. He made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
For 3, Gordon, and the basket good. Gordon's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Pelicans. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Allen, that's good.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Gordon. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Evans kicks to Davis.
You have to wonder, it's certainly worth thinking about with the way Anthony Davis took a big step forward last year. There's a legitimate argument or discussion anyway that he might eventually become the best player in the league at some point.
And the ages add up, guys, in regards to Anthony Davis. You know, LeBron is going to be LeBron for a little while longer, but after that, there's going to be a short list.
And Davis is right in the middle of it when you think about it. I mean, the ability to score down on the block and to change teams' game plan with his defense, the way he patrols the paint. I think he's got as good a shot as anybody at being the successor to LeBron's crown.
And Udrich kicks to Allen. Pass to Gasol. Kicks it out to Prince. Sinks the three-pointers. Prince has got himself on the board with 3 there. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Now here's Rivers, guarded closer, and that one's good.
That's a nice play there. The more contributors this team can get, the better.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now Udrich. 9-point game his last outing. Gasol passes to Prince. To the middle, picked off in midair. And here we go, fast break. Evans has got it. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Evans.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Now here's Evans. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, guys. He made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
Davis can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Gasol. Prince with it. Picked up by Rivers. Prince dishes to Gasol. To the right side. And Udrih gets it to go.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
New Orleans in the lead. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Rivers kicks to Evans. And it's off from three-point range. Offensive rebound, Ashik. Prince with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Into Marc Gasol. And stolen by Gordon. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Rivers. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
He needs to get them back into a flow offensively. You know, things have gotten stagnant for them, and they're starting to force some of these shots.
And that can snowball on you. One guy takes a bad shot, then another guy does, and then you're missing back-to-back-to-back shots. And all of a sudden, you have no rhythm and you're self-inflicting wounds.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Anderson, he's checked in for Usher. Darius Miller comes in for Tyreke Evans. Fredette, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Holiday in for Rivers. It's Davis on the wing. And he gets it to go.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
We've got 1:23 left here in the opening quarter. Coathis passes to Carter. And he gets it to go.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Here's Holiday, averaging 10 points per contest. And it's Davis at the elbow. Miller with a wide open look. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Miller's got his first basket of the night. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Kicks it to Coathis. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark.
Tell you what, if there's success on the boards in this first quarter is any indication, it's going to be a good day.
And rebounds usually are a good indicator.
Davis lays it up and banks it in. Davis has got 6.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Davis. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of this one. First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Pelicans leading by 4. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
And Vince Carter with the slam.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that when he's that open.
Beyond the arc. Shot is no good. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 4. New Orleans back in a moment.
Thursday, March 12th, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Tony Parker and the San Antonio Spurs. It's East and West. Be there.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
And the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
Here's Calathes. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. So on the floor for Memphis. Lee out there with Nick Calathes. Then there's Carter. Then there's Koufos. And it's Prince in at the 4.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Holiday following the score by Memphis. To the inside, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Ryan Anderson, one of the sweetest shooting big men in the league. Deep range with that quick release. Tell you what, at his height, he doesn't need much daylight to get it off.
And you look at Ryan Anderson, he's an efficient scorer. Like a lot of shooters, he doesn't turn it over much while getting his basket.
And he makes the first. And three-point shooting may be never more in demand than it is right now in the NBA. And Steve, considering, too, that Ryan Anderson has one of the more desirable contracts in the NBA.
Yeah, well, he's a true spread four who also does a nice job of getting offensive rebounds. And it's a good combination for somebody who spends so much of his time behind the arc.
Now here's Lee. And it's Memphis with another.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
The Pelicans shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Smith drives in. The feed to Gordon. Back to Smith. From deep. Shot is off. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Here's Smith, following the score by Vince Carter. Gordon kicks to Smith. Evans outside. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Gordon, he with the block. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah. Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Here's Ashik, following the score by Vince Carter. Smith dishes to Anderson from 10 feet out, and the Pelicans miss again.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
And here are the teams that have been on fire from the three-point line ever since the All-Star break. Second, the Grizzlies.
This team seems to have gotten better shooting the ball as the season has gone on. I just think they're in a great offensive groove right now.
The first one falls. The Grizzlies, grit and grind, known for being old school, post you up and lock you down type of basketball team.
Yeah, and that front court rotation, boy, the envy of the league, in my opinion. It's a big part of what makes this team really go.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Rivers checked in. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Gasol comes in for Koufos, and Allen subbed in for Vince Carter. Evans, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Beno Udrih, he's checked in for Nick Calathes.
But guys, for the Grizzlies, a new ownership group, and that seems maybe some tweaks to their identity. They look to spread the floor a bit more and pick up the tempo. But the results last season were pretty mixed.
And you know, the Grizzlies last season, I thought they did pick up their pace slightly, but they were still a team at the bottom of the league in that regard in terms of fast break points and pace of play. It's really hard to get away from who you've been for so long. This is more of a half-court, grinded-out team.
Lee kicks to Allen. Drops in the layup for two. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Rivers, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Rivers has got 8 points. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Udrich, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
It took some time, and fans might have been unsure for a while, but clearly the Pelicans have a direction for this team now, and I think they're a franchise on the rise.
And with the Pelicans getting a franchise big like they did with Davis always helps, but they're also actively acquiring talent to grow around him.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Omer Asik. Stokes is checked in for Memphis. Pelicans trail by 6. Evans passes to Anderson. Evans kicks to Gordon. Back to Evans. Davis dishes to Gordon. It's rebounded by Memphis. For the Pelicans, getting young talent is one thing, and they want to make sure, Clark, that they got the right talent to fit alongside their stars.
Kevin, I really think sometimes the cohesiveness and the fitting of the parts is overlooked and undervalued, and Pelicans are trying to make that a real priority. Not only do we want talent, but we want it to fit together nicely, and you got to give them kudos for that.
That's a good point. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, incredibly, Anthony Davis, one of the league's rangiest big men, and it's rumored that he's still growing. Asked about it, Davis joked, "I hope not. I don't want to be 7 feet. It just sounds weird, but if I grow, I can't help it." He does, however, want to get stronger, though. Now up over 240 pounds, he's putting in work in the weight room. Sounds like trouble for the competition, Kevin.
Should help him hold his own inside, Doris. Thanks. Fredette kicks to Evans. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Not as good, and the Memphis leads cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Davis.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Drew Holiday is checked in for New Orleans.
Taking a look at the numbers since the All-Star break, here's how Memphis ranks league-wide. First in shooting percentage, first in lowest turnovers a game, and they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Well, Drew Holiday, part of the basketball family. Of course, he played at UCLA, but both of his parents played at Arizona State.
And for Drew Holiday, you talk about his family. His brother and sister have both won state titles. And his father, in his 50s, can still throw down the 360 dunk. I'm looking at you.
No, it's not happening here. Come on. I know he's got some good DNA, but 360 dunks at 50? Although Drew is real deal. His youngest brother is a star in the making, playing in high school in Los Angeles right now.
Now here's Lee, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's Stokes. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Stokes has got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Holiday goes in. Gasol with the steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Allen, and he uses the glass on the layup. Allen's got 8 points.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Dishes it to Fredette. The tray. Count that one. Burnett's got 6 in the quarter. For 3, Udrich. And that's not going to go. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Pelicans ahead, leading by a point. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go up there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Austin Rivers with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's Rivers in at the point. That's the Pelicans 5. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pass to Ashik. There's the dish to Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. The shot is off. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, it was tough to see that one coming, really, because I thought that was a game they were going to win. The final score really caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, but I think they really tightened up at the end, Steve. I think they were trying too hard to avoid the upset instead of focusing on going after the win.
So it's the Pelicans now. The Grizzlies making the shot. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Gordon, the pass to Rivers. From about 16, and too long on the shot.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Allen with it. Evans picks him up. Allen kicks to Prince. Pelicans pull it in.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Feeds it to Rivers. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Prince dishes to Gasol. That's good. Gasol's got his first 2 points of the night.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with a finger roll over the top.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Kufis checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Allen. And it's Nick Calathes in for Udrich. Here's Rivers. He's got 8. On the wing, Evans. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Evans has got his second basket.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him. Tyreke Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
Here's Evans after Memphis gets the 3. Now the pass to Gordon. Here's Rivers. A rebound by Carter.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Prince against Anderson. Goes back up. Prince misses. Pelicans trailed by 4. Up the floor. Here's Gordon. No luck. And Memphis the other way now. Carter outside. Here's Calathes. No good with the triple. The Pelicans have gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pitched at the half started.
Seems to have lost his touch this quarter, guys. 1 field goal in 5 attempts.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Smith checked in for Austin Rivers.
Well, here we can get a look at Memphis and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. First in shooting percentage. First in three-point field goal percentage. And they're also ranked #1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
6 to shoot. Prince on target from 13 feet. Prince has got 5. Pelicans trailed by 4. Smith outside. And Anderson kicks to Smith. Down low. New Orleans moving it around. Back to Evans. That one wide left.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, and at least as I look at it.
And stolen by Gordon. And now it's Evans running. He can go all the way, and that one's good. Evans has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's how to start a fast break, and more importantly, that's how you finish it.
Calathes passes to Stokes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Grizzlies have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. Fredette, he's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Smith, then for the Grizzlies. Lee comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Udrich in for Nick Calathes. Pelicans trail by 4. Inside, here's Evans. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 8 points for Tyreke Evans.
He's been a different guy in the second half, guys. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. For Memphis, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Well, this is a kind of a mediocre free throw shooting team. They're sitting there at about 73% as a unit.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Now, here is Fredette. 6 points for him. 4 on the shot clock. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
For Memphis, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. Marc Gasol's checked in for the Grizzlies. He hits the second from the line. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
That's what I do. Make sure you get a couple of shots here to close this quarter.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Drew Holiday. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Stokes. Anderson with the block. 19 seconds left in the third. Back to Holiday. Puts up a three. It's rebounded by Memphis. Lee's got his third rebound on the night. Stokes, the pass to Udrih. Right side, Lee. He gets it up. No good on that last second attempt there. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Grizzlies lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return.
Tune in next Wednesday night, March 11th. Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Live from Oklahoma City. You don't want to miss it.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This was such a pretty pass, Kevin. Beautiful assist, and of course it turned into the easy basket, but just a gorgeous play there.
Pelicans trail by 4. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We got Allen. Marcus Saul is out there with Tayshaun Prince. Then it's Lee, and it's Udrih in at the guard position. Lee outside. And it's Rivers with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Evans. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Tayshaun Prince.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time. But if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. The Grizzlies on offense. And Udrih kicks to Allen. He dishes it to Udrih. Traps in the tray.
They've been splashing home those threes since halftime.
Definitely a big improvement in their shooting from what we saw before the break.
Now here's Rivers. Pass to Gordon. He kicks it to Rivers. He feeds it to Evans. Davis with a screen on Allen. Clock at 6. And the wide open shot from Evans. And it's in off the backboard. Evans has got it all tied up now for New Orleans. The Grizzlies shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Allen against Evans. Elbow shot is on the way. Evans with some nice D.
Difficult shot from mid-range, and the defense was all over him.
Boy, I like the close out there, Steve. Well done.
Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 6 assists now in the game.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Omer Asha, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Kufis checked in for Courtney Lee. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
A nice shot by Kufis. And now it's a 3-point Memphis lead.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Rivers kicks to Gordon. Pass to Evans. Now the feed to Rivers. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Right side, Gordon. And it's Davis with the jam.
We knew what was going to happen with that one when he got his hands on it.
Yeah, you know, if the ball comes to him off the offensive boards, Clark, it's going to go back down hard.
It's amazing how many points he salvages for his team.
And Udrich kicks to Allen. Gasol wide open. He fires. Here's Kufis. Asik pulls it in. Asik's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Gordon. Kicks to Rivers. It's Evans on the wing. Guarded by Prince. Shot from free throw range. The shot no good.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And he gets it to go. Prince has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Stokes has checked in for Memphis. Now here's Gordon. Evans kicks to Gordon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his second.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Ouch. Another miss to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
Evans attacking Davis, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Here's Allen, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Stokes, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Rivers dishes to Gordon. Right side Gordon. Gasol with the block. Here's Udrich. Pass to Stokes. It's Prince on the wing. Knocks down the 3 ball. Prince has got the lead up to 6 now for the Grizzlies. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 6. We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. We've got 1:28 left in the 4th quarter. Rivers kicks to Gordon. Dishes it to Davis. Knocked away. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And Gasol, here we go. Prince with it. Picked up by Davis. Here's Gasol. Davis with the block.
It's going to take something special, maybe a miracle for them to come back right now.
How about a little luck?
Buries it. And now they trail by just 4. Here's Udrich. There's 48 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Prince. No good. Evans with some nice D. Inside runner. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, Tyreek Evans, well, he's got them falling in right now.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Stokes. Tyreek Evans comes up with the rebound. The Pelicans have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the 4th. 8 of 12. Gordon, the pass to Asik. It's good. This game is all even.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Allen outside with the shot. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. On New Orleans, back in a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. So Memphis will get the first possession. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here. Brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Pelican 5 right now. Evans and Anderson, the forwards. Manning the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. And it's Ashik in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Evans. Following the basket by Marc Gasol. Here's Rivers. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Memphis leading. Stolen by Evans. Gordon dishes to Rivers. It's Evans, top of the key. Shot clock at 6. A three from Anderson. Second chance shot. Ashik with the bucket. Ashik's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Deflects the pass. Lee kicks to Udrih. Evans against Prince. And he gets it to go. And the Grizzlies lead by 2. New Orleans has gotten neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Right side, Gordon. Lee with the block. Evans outside. Shot clock at 5. To the left wing. Here's Rivers. They get it again.
Defensive foul. That's his third personal foul. First team foul.
The Pelicans have gotten only one of their first 5 shots to drop here in overtime. The dish now to Gordon. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Back to Evans, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Got sloppy in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Prince against Evans. Prince, the pass to Udrih. Here's Stokes. Here's Lee outside. Trifecta!
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Now Rivers. Feeds it to Gordon. And that one hits back iron. Grizzlies have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop so far in overtime. And now we've got the intentional foul. We're in overtime if you've just joined us. 2.5 minutes through it. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Evans with it. The pass to Rivers. For 3. The shot will not go. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his third personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting from Memphis.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. New Orleans gone 0 of 3 from long range so far in this overtime period. Evans attacking. It falls!
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Guys, what's your take?
Well, there's a little bit of time here to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Very much so. Either way you cut it, they're going to need a pair of threes and some help at the other end as well.
And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his 4th personal foul. 4th team foul. Shooting practice.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. So it's Memphis picking up the win. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Courtney Lee.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, 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 send. Call all the ladies out, they're in their finery. 100 jewels on flowers, 100 jewels between teeth. Now bring my boys in, they're skinning craters like the moon. The moon we love like a brother, while he glows through the room. Dancing around the lies we tell, dancing around big eyes as well. Even the comatose, they don't dance and tell. We live in cities, you'll never